Orange here, and welcome to another episode of Midwestern Minecraft. We are here on episode number 52 of this series. Do appreciate everybody who's come out. I hope that your guys' time zone, whatever your guys' time zone, is most wunderbar. So, on the agenda for today, I'm just going to be getting back into the stoofs. Do apologize for not having streamed on Monday. Because there's big reason for that is because on Sunday night, I got home about 20 minutes after. No, wait. No. I beat my roommates home barely by 20 minutes. They managed to get back from their stuff about 20 minutes after I got home. And, I had just been, taking my stuff in and then, just, checking mail and, as, went out to the office, the post box and, got my stuff. And when I got, I was just saying, was at the, dining room table just after I'd gotten, in, was, sorting stuff, and this is theirs, this is theirs, this is mine, this is theirs, blah blah blah. And so I hear the door, suddenly move. I was like, uh-oh, what the? And then, of course, your door opens. Oh, it's the robot. Oh, Sage, you just beat us home. And I was like, yeah. I got home about 20 minutes ago, and I just had just got my stuff into the room and all that, my room and all that. And I was like, well, glad to see that your trip to Colorado turned out well. How'd it go? And I was like, it was most wunderbar. It was most wunderbar. And they were like, hooray! So, so that was that, and we started getting settled in, and come to find out when I went to pull up my main rig, and my internet was showing up as being, well, wonky. I was like, uh-oh. I said, hey guys, we got net troubles, and it was like, I'm not getting a good connection here, and they were like, gee, we were all, jeez, what happened now? Turns out there was this whole, our ISP, a router, and our ISP helped confirm this, of course, basically, our router was basically in a very, very wonky state. So we had to get, fortunately, they have a local office that we were able to go visit, and we were able to get stuff. So let's see, I was doing something here. Looks like I was just filling, that's right, I was filling some of this stuff in. That's right. This is one of the things I was doing off cam, was just filling some of that stuff in. So let's go this way. Let's see here. There's the plant stuff. We'll just chuck all that in there. And we will, I think I was, I was decanting the stuff from the mine shaft there. Let's see. I did not come by minecart. Here I am. I thought I came by minecart, and turns out I didn't, because it's, well, right there. So anyway, I did come here through minecart. So anyway, we're going to do a little bit of building and a little bit of tunneling today. We're going to do some more work on the smelter. Might do a little bit of mining. You know, a side gallery mining, not just clearing stuff out for yon smelter. I haven't played much here in the survival world over the past week and a bit, mostly because, of course, vacation. So, good news. Good news. It happened. I finally got to meet Heiss. It happened, and we'll wait on talking about that for a little bit. Yeah, we'll leave the iron here for now. I'll try to get some more stuff done for mining later. And I forgot to do this. Let's decant our cobble shulker box. Wasn't sure who had what, so yeah. So, anyhoozle, week ago this past Sunday, which for me, of course, this immediate past Sunday was, of course, the return home. Yeah, we'll take that cobblestone with us. And, couple spare stacks of torches just to be future-proofing. So, anyhoozle, a week ago this past Sunday, or 2 weeks from this coming Sunday, went ahead and paid it was like a 16 hour long drive. It was a bloody long drive from Treelandia to Durango. That included stops, for potty break, get a little something to eat. Got in real late to Durango. It's a very long, multi-hundred-mile trip, over 1,000 kilometers. And, why am I going topside? Here I am. I'm on autopilot and said, go topside. Go topside. And I was like, why am I going topside when I need to be working on the smelter? Done goof, son. So, anyways, finally got to Durango. And, got checked into my hotel and all that fun stuff. And let's see here. Climbing through the smelter. Let's see. Sounds like we got some oxidals around here. Trying to remember where I left my chest of supplies. If I even left a chest of supplies any around here. Knowing me, I am very good about decommissioning stuff I don't need. Yeah. Buckets. Looks like we're going to have to go snag ourselves some stone brick. So let's do that. So, a week ago this past Monday was the first train event of the vacation. Taking a ride on the Durango and Silverton narrow gauge railroad. Let's see here. These guys should be empty. Aha! There we go. It took a first bit was Durango and Silverton. stuffs. Let's go ahead here. We'll grab a supply of double chests. Yeah. And so that was fun. Say 3.5 hour ride from Durango to Silverton. And very, very scenic. It's like a 42-mile trip from Durango to Silverton by the former DNRG, Denver and Rio Grande Western line, from Durango to Silverton. And let's go ahead and chuck all these guys into temp storage bin. Let's see. I don't think we, aside from the cobblestone side here, I think we're all, we should all be all done on this level now. So I remember. I said I haven't done as much Minecraft as I could like. Mostly because, of course, vacation. So anyway, got to, I took a first class ticket on the car Yankee Girl. And from my host, his name was Toby. Very nice guy. Very knowledgeable, and, he's very much a go-getter, very interactive with his audience. Oh. Very interactive, and, let's see here. Grab that. Grab some coal blocks so we can smelt some more stone brick. Let's head down here into the first block. 4, 5. So yeah, very interactive with his audience. There was the car's capacity was like about 25 or so people, something like that, 25 or 30 people. It was pretty much at capacity. But yeah, I took that specific car, knowing that there would undoubtedly be families on board, and I obviously did not want to have kids have to deal with kids running up and down the car, and their parents chasing after them, that sort of thing. And so I just didn't want to have to deal with that, so sort of thing. So that's why I chose that particular car. And so had a good time. Had a very large number of scenic views on the trip. I've seen pictures and video of the of that before, of that particular alignment, as it's known in the industry, in the rail industry. And yeah, I just found myself, being in awe of that sort of thing. It's like I knew how amazing it was, but it was one of these cases of, getting to see it with my own eyes. All of my stomata, speaking and otherwise, were just at some of the views, and it's just beautiful country. It's the first episode here of this series. Quote from John Muir is, the mountains are calling, and I must go. Very, very much worth the trip. I, of course, in part became aware of the DNS through, and of course, the Colorado Railroad Museum, through Jeff, the YouTube channel Jeff Barria Videos. He hasn't posted videos in a while now. To my recollection, the youngest one of the youngest videos is like 5 years old, something like that. But yeah, he's done stuff at the CRRM, the Colorado Railroad Museum, Durango and Silverton, and the C&T, Cumbres and Toltec. That's going to be a thing that I'm going to want to go visit at some point as well. But because the Cumbres and Toltec is, of course, at a higher elevation overall than the Durango and Silverton, they have more limited options when it comes to their operations. It's not that they can't, it's just that history has set a precedent, is yet sending trains in the wintertime is a hard thing. Let me get you guys a couple links here. So let's see here. Pull up his. Here we go. This video right here, behind the scenes on a steam locomotive. There is the link. It's by Jeff Barria. Shows, help give you guys an idea of the DNS alignment. It was originally done in by the Denver and Rio Grande, later the Denver and Rio Grande Western. Let's see. And for the mineral extraction from Silverton. Because the silver boom of the 1880s and early 1890s, before the Panic of 1893, which, and in that year, the U.S. went off the double gold and silver standard. Just went on to the gold standard. So there's the link to the Durango train, the DNS site. Let's see here. Cumbres and Toltec. Cumbres and Toltec. There we go for that. Boom. Do want to go on the C&T at some point, so but I need to see what time they would offer and all that jazz to be able to take that ride. So after our 3.5 hour ride, very scenic ride, to Silverton from Durango, traveling some 42 something miles. I forget how far that is in kilometers. I think it's about 110 or so kilometers, roughly, or something like that. Oh, no, torch tree, don't be a dum-dum. Got to Silverton. Spent a little time at the Lacy Rose Saloon, an establishment, and had something to eat, had some food, and then part of also what I did was I got a couple souvenirs, got myself a shirt and a couple other little knickknacks, that sort of thing, and got back on board the train, made the trip back, and just, that's an idea. Let's see here. me see here. I'm going to have to go dig out that video. I have two videos I want to show you guys while I'm thinking about it. One is of the day of the train ride. Oops, well, it's okay. That block is okay. Tree, don't try to overthink it. Don't overthink it in that regard, tree. You're going to have to place it anyway. First will be the day of my ride, pulling into the locomotive, my train's locomotive, number 482. Let's see here, just a second. I'm going to quickly throw up my brick screen so as that I can keep Minecraft running, but I have to, of course, be able to get the thing here, get the video, and I have to go rooting around through my. Oh, hi, Burbles. No explosions there, son. No explosions. We don't need no freaking creepers. How you doing there, Burbles? Let's see. Where is... There it is. That's right. It's actually two videos. Two videos of the departure. First is going to be the locomotive pulling up to the grade crossing, crossing the grade crossing, and then next video will be of the train of the locomotive itself actually. Let's see here. Let me quickly before I forget. Minecraft. Turn off volume. Okay, so and switch here to the back to the there we go. Switch here back to the all right, so I just wanted to, waking up is always fun. So here's, this is at the depot, the Durango, so the depot's to our left. And you can see our locomotive here, number 482, getting ready to come across the grade, the level crossing, so. Okay, so let me make sure that, yeah. Nothing's more than this one. So they don't have to switch. And then they're going to back down onto the train. Okay, just a second. Let me make sure I pull up, kind of having a momentary glitch right there. Forgot to, let's see. There's that. All right. Switch back here to the main scene. Sure that is up here on the laptop. Okay, here we go. So now they're going to back onto the train. Okay, so of course you saw the brakeman right here, the one in the hat. I'm gonna mute sound for you guys. So number 482 here is, as you can see right here, it says K36. K36 means, refers to two things. The 36 refers to the foot-pounds of tractive effort, 36,000. And the K refers to Mikado, or the 282 wheel arrangement. So, going from front of the locomotive to back, we have two lead wheels right here in front of the pistons, one for each rail. And behind the piston right here, we have 8 drivers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then under the cab, we have another pair of trailing wheels. So that is the Mikado 282 and 36,200 foot-pounds of tractive effort. So, let me go ahead here. I am going to switch on the brick screen again. And what I am going to do now is show you guys the next day's video. This particular... Yep. Learnings. All the learnings. Let's see here. Let me get... Okay. Alright, okay, so for the next day, that was a week ago Monday. A week ago this past Tuesday, I made sure to get up early. I was going to put what I did is I planned on just, going around Durango and, catching the sights and visiting places and all that. And first thing on the agenda for the day, of course, was to catch the train on the previous day, Monday, left at 9 a.m. Durango time, 9 a.m. Mountain time. And so I knew I had to be here. This is on the other side of the track. So the previous day, I was, right somewhere down here, when I saw the locomotive back in. And so this day is Tuesday, the following day, same time, same departure time. But, of course, I'm not a passenger, but I'm catching the train as it departs. So let me make sure, we're unmuted.
see that?
Okay, so this is the car right here that I rode. This is Yankee Girl right here. So yeah, it's one of the first class cars, and I've actually got burbles. I'll have to go. I'll have to go back to the previous day, because I do have a video of me, sort of, hanging on to the front of the front platform of Yankee Girl here, coming back here into Durango, and we are moving. We are moving. So let's finish up the little clip right here. I'll show you. I do have a video of us just chugging along, and it is, it kind of felt, it honestly kind of felt a little perilous in some ways. But it's totally worth it. Let me see here. Let me make sure that, yeah. Well, I am glad I gave you this. Let's see here. Let's see here. Is this it? I think this is it. Okay, that's not it. No, that's not it. Okay, let's see. It should be hopefully it right here. Oh yeah, okay. All right, got it. All right. So it looks like I'm actually here at the back of the car, not the front end of the car. And I'm with my main left limb. I'm holding on to part of the frame of the rear of the coach here. Just looking out. Yeah, as you can see, Oh, thank you, Burbles. Thank you. I thought I'd hit the unmute mic button, and nope, it was Blinky Blinky saying, "Hey, oh, oopsies." It was the Blinky Blinky of stuff. So what I said is, Burbles, is the mountains, as you probably saw in the video, just spectacular, and there's a lot more to the stuff there than what you saw in the video. And there is a BNSF alignment, one of the BNSF's lines along the highway that I use to get to work. And so for me, seeing trains along that alignment is a normal thing. Don't always see trains every day, but so that was beautiful. Like I said, I wanted to go because I hadn't seen. First of all, I hadn't ridden the Durango in Silverton, and secondly, I knew it was going to be a thing. And turn the audio back on because I didn't want it competing with the video sounds. So yes, that's a little sliver of the Durango and Silverton for you guys. One of the interesting bits about the journey was we had to, on our return trip, the video that you guys saw was after the event, but there was it was one of the wheel sets on the car I was riding on, Yankee Girl, was the brakes were acting up on it. And it was one of those things of wow sort of thing, you know. So yeah, it's fortunately it was one of the scheduled stops, and we where are you going in October, Bubbles? Are you going someplace fun? Please tell me, are you going someplace fun? Ooh, where are you cruising from and to, if you don't mind me asking? If you can disclose it. Oops. Ooh. Well, make sure you don't get lost. Lost bub is not a good thing. Lost bub is not a good thing. So anyway, going back to what happened for me. So on Tuesday, after I caught the train going outbound, the one video where we saw it departing, you know, that reminds me of how on the trip, you know, there would be times where, you know, even toward the rear of the train, you could hear the, ooh, that sounds, gone to a place you already been. That was kind of the similar thing for me, having been to Denver before. I know, like I said, I hadn't been to Durango before, and it was the first time for me there. But, as I said, as I was trying to say, I could, you know, even as far back from the engine as I was, there were times where you could hear it chuffing. You know, if we were, like, going around a curve in the track, you could hear it go, you know, the chuff, 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 chuff. And so, you know, in my canopy, you know, if we were for the times I heard it and we were heading out to Silverton, I was pretending the engine was saying with its chuffs going, to Silverton, to Silverton, to Silverton, to Silverton, to Silverton. And then, of course, when we were heading back to Durango, it was to Durango, to Durango, to Durango, to Durango, to Durango. It's like I knew that the videos and pictures I had seen were not doing the whole event justice, and that's why I wanted to go see it and experience it with my own canopy and all that. So there we go. So yeah, these are of course the not your first cruise either. Wunderbar. So yeah, these are the various dispensing lines for the smelter. Just got some more torches going here so we're not so bloody dark in the area. Yeah, it wasn't my first train ride with pulled by a steam engine. Many years ago, when I was I don't remember how. I know I was a sapling back then. Tree family, we went. I don't remember where it was. We went off the top of my head. I think it was one of these recreational lakes. You know, that's like part flood control, part recreation, part fishing, etc. And but I remember that they had a miniature. It was like it was either like 7.25 or 7.5 inch gauge, live steam. So basically, like a real train, like just like the one we saw, and but set for blub blub. For smaller events like that. So let's see here. I'm just checking the stuff here. Do I want to do this? I may come in later and have this be some sort of access at some point. Let's break through the wall right here. But, so yeah, it was like, I've read miniature steam before, so. Oh, first time in 5 years, huh? Cool. Center here needs to come out 2 more. So let's see. Block there. Block. Oops. There we go. Yeah, this was first time in many years that I had ridden a steam train myself, so torches. Let's go get some torches. This is why I brought the supply with me. Knew I needed to anti-dum-dum. And where in the heck did I put those chests? Oh, duh! Torches. So yeah, it's just puttered around Durango for the day, or for a good chunk of the day on Tuesday. And interesting. Do it like that. That's about as good as I'm going to be able to get. Just doing a little bit of torch placement while I'm thinking about it. It's not having played much in terms of modded burbles, I cannot answer that. It's not that I haven't played modded. It's just that me myself, I get my kicks from playing vanilla. That's the gosh darn honest truth, burbles. The gosh darn honest truth. I wish I could provide more insight. Ah! Tree. Dum-dum. Thank God I didn't break off the ladder there. Ladders, I should say. Okay, so, yeah. That's 1, 2. 2 past that, and then it'll be the third is, so let's see, 1... Yeah. Yeah. It's not to say, burbles, that I haven't played vanilla. I mean, modded. I just me myself, I just get the most fun out of playing vanilla. Well, the only I know that I've played Pixelmon, the Pokemon mod, that acts a lot like Pokemon. That's the feed lines right there, so... Let's see here. That's the return line right there, so... Let's see how many it's... 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th is the... What's it? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. My noggin. My canopy. Okay, so let's see here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need to do a, what's it right here for reference? Oops. So anyway, we got getting distracted here. So yeah, on Tuesday, I just putted around Durango, and let's see, what did I misaligned. I misaligned. I misaligned. Duh. To worry, we can fix. Yep. Oh, wait. Oh, my good. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. It's this part is incorrect alignment. I misaligned up topside, so that is a anti-dum-dum. Measure twice, cut once. Double check the alignment here. So it's 2 blocks out. So this. Okay. That is correct. So. We'll have hoppers come on along here and take a turn, so that it lines up with that. So wunderbar. Yeah, burbles. Like I said, I've never really been into modded Minecraft myself. It's not that I don't have problems with it. Modded. If modded appeals to people, I'm not going to say you can't play modded. Play modded. It's just that I myself don't tend to play modded. I think we'll do right along in here. Leave a little bit of access right in here. So anyway, yeah, it's Tuesday. I spent, just putting around Durango. So I went and checked out some of the local information facility. Sort of the welcome to Durango visitor center sort of place, and checked out several local galleries and those sorts of places. Then at noon, I got to take a tour of the Durango and Silverton's yard. So it was yeah. Well, thank you. Now, like I said, it's I know that there are benefits to modded. You can make stuff. Have stuff that make life easier, that sort of thing. And but just for me at least, I'm the sort that I love the challenge of vanilla. And that's people can make some pretty amazing stuff in modded, but true. But you also can get some pretty good stuff in vanilla too. So let's see here. that so we can make up some more stone brick. We'll go ahead and bounce away so we don't got the of the piston pounding away there. Let's see. I know I'm not done with this world yet, but I've already got a few little plans for the next world I want to do, so that's always a good thing. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead here. We will very carefully, of course, build out here. And, I've already got a couple ideas of what I want to do. It all depends on when we finally get done with this particular world. We may have to do kind of like what I did after however many worlds ago it was when I played Galacticraft. You know, if you know, if I manage to finally get this world done and it's in that intermediate step of kind of like, you know, kind of like right now. Ooh, well, that's good. That's good. You know, if I'm waiting for, like, if I'm in a period like right now where I'm waiting for the next major release of vanilla to be released, you know, like we're currently waiting for 122 to drop. You know, just waiting for the Mojang, you know, to get all those necessary ideas fleshed out and programmed into the game. And in this case, having this this lush cavern right here and is, you know, saving me some trouble. I don't have to worry about digging stuff out. But, you know, I was just, you know, waiting for, you know, 117, whatever thing that was, whatever version, I'm forgetting which one. A Minecraft to drop, and I was like, well, that's like, I don't really want to start, you know, knowing that, you know, one, you know, whatever next version is going to drop. It was like, I still need to do some Minecraft. I was like, oh, wait, I watched Achievement Hunter years ago doing Galacticraft. Let's go do our own Galacticraft dealio. So that is, of course, what we did. Ow. That's a good idea, actually. Let's crack this open here. We can do. Doesn't, I know it actually. Ooh. Ooh. Idea. 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 Let's see here. Can do. I just gave myself an idea. In this case, this is one of those moments of. Let's first tear this part here back out. Wunderbar. Wunderbar! We now have access right in here for a little access area. You can put in, you know, like maybe like a bed and a couple chests, some crafting table, that sort of thing. And we'll do the similar sort of thing over here, getting it over here when we come over here. So let's go up top side. We might actually put it on the other side of the stairwell right here. I mean ladder. But, so yeah, I spent, got a tour of the Durango and Silverton yard. And, yeah, that was nice, you know, that they offer those sorts of tours. You know, I did, it was like a $10 fee to, get a tour, but it, that's actually a good question, Burbles. What would I like to see? Um, oh, 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 oh. Um, in terms of vanilla Minecraft, this would be for vanilla Minecraft. Okay, so, oops. Just a second. Yeah. Managed to knock off my headphones. Okay, so, let's go here. I can actually show you, Burbles. Da-da-da. Since we are, since it's in this case, this thought is very relevant. Very relevant to the conversation. Okay, so we have, of course, we have regular furnaces, we have blast furnaces, and we have cookers. So, you know, blast furnaces are, you know, specialty toward metals, you know, iron, gold, and other ores, you know, smelting them down a lot more quickly. Whereas, you know, your generic furnace is, you know, it's the literal Swiss Army cooking device. You know, it can cook everything. And cookers, of course, or smokers, I should say, are good, like the blast furnaces for metals, the smokers are good at doing food. The thing I would like to see in vanilla Minecraft would be kilns. Basically, take the same concept as the smoker, as the blast furnace, but apply it to clay, netherrack, and sand. So, that would be, I wish this was in vanilla Minecraft. So, in this case, very relevant to the conversation. That is my wish. Let's see here. Torch there. And just like how you know, you can still have, you know, regular furnaces and all that. You'd still be able, yeah, yeah. See, three of some good ideas. Let's see, and we should have that. Will be that. So. I did not mean to do that. Ow. Hello there, Mr. Bot. It's the first stream since I got back, and it had to be inevitable. It's not even a day old! Not even a day old! $20 old. That is, you know, a typical thing, so. You just gotta love that sort of thing, Burbles. And I'm certain other streamers are like it too. Is like um, and their mods. Oh, maybe. Well, you see, that's why I said, clay, sand, and netherrack be in the kiln type furnace. The kiln furnace, it's like it smelts. For example, it would smelt the sand faster into glass, netherrack into, the actual nether brick itself. It wouldn't make a nether brick block, or clay into a brick, and, again, not the specific block type, just the item. And, let's see here. Dum tree. Yep. I just realized that forgot the feet. Double ow. Oh. I have an escape route back in. Hooray! For once, tree anti-dum-dummed. One, two, three, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's why, I want to... What's it right there? That's why I would want it, Bear Burbles. So let's see here. Let's double check the math. So 1, 2, 3, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I? Trying to think of where do I need to fix stuff so that I'm not dum-dumming. Yeah, it's I puttered around Durango for a little bit, and let's see here. What I'm going to do. Let's bring this out here. Wall right over here, right up next to it, so we don't. So need to anti-dum-dum this a little bit, but that's okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little dark, so let's see. Put it there. Temporary torch right there. Not like that, tree. Don't be a dum-dum. Rig that up there. Put that there. Yeah, little service rooms in here. Those moments where you're like, ooh, I can use this space for stuff. You know, it's a little, yeah. Smelter, you know, for, you know, realizing, you know, oh, I need stove stuff here, and yada, 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 yada. Did I? Did I do goof again? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There. Don't want to take that out. Yeah, let's leave it. Let's don't leave it too out of whack here. I'm thinking, guys. Excuse me. I think we're gonna go take a break here in just a moment, guys. I, for one, could have a little bit of a need to stretch my roots. Well, let's go ahead here. Yeah? Well, those are things. Those are things, Burbles. Tree, come on. Ow. Excuse me. Let's see. Yeah. No, that's... You see, that is why, when it comes to my smelters, I try to create as detailed a prototype as possible. That way, I will have... Oh, excuse me. Let me get something to drink here. That way I can be awake. So, anywho, this is why I try to create as detailed as possible a smelter prototype, so as that I have an idea of what I need to do. So is that when it comes to actually building the smelter itself, what I can essentially do is, I know it's not going to be, yeah, hydration station, yeah. Water is life, water is love. And, excuse me. Like I said, yes, for Wednesday's shift, this is part of the reason why I didn't stream yesterday, is Wednesday's shift was just completely an absolute poop show. Is the nice way to put it. The nice way to put it. And excuse me. And there was just so much work to do and get done and all that. I literally was so gosh darn tired yesterday morning. And let's see, what did I do over here? I think I'll need this little bit right here, so we'll we'll reclaim those guys. Yeah, I was just so gosh darn tired that I said tree. Ah, really? Cool. I know that there are some mods out there that have specialty devices, that you can, craft in from within the mod itself. Like when Achievement Hunter did their second season of Galacticraft, they had Lupito's Galacticraft, and that. Excuse me. That particular mod pack had a smeltery to it that basically allowed you could put in tons of iron, gold, copper, aluminum, uranium, osmium, all sorts of metals. You could even, combine different types, like combining tin and copper to get bronze, for example. And having, the necessary taps to, put them into either ingot or block form. Have an ingot form or a block form or block mold. And, you could literally, right click, like how, you right click, to like place a torch, for example, or at least here in vanilla, you right click, place a torch. And, you can open the tap. Excuse me. And it'll go and fill up, fill the ingot or the block. And, once it got to the, once it detected, obviously, they had to put it into the programming and all that. Once it detected the appropriate receptacle was at full, it created either the ingot or full block, the tap would automatically turn off. Yeah, it might be Tinker's. I don't need the cola right now, Burbles. I'm trying to keep off the caffeine so I don't stay awake till bloody 3 p.m. and I only get like 2 hours of sleep. Come on, tree. There you go. I don't need that happening to me, quite honestly. So that's better idea like that. What? Excuse me, but it felt good. Yeah, it might be Tinkers. Like I said, I'm not too well versed in modded stuff. So I know the biggest thing I know is that there are many mods out there to do whatever it is you need to have to do. And I know that Tinker's Construct is one of the best known mods out there. So yeah, I think that's what it was for Galacticraft's AH's second Galacticraft season. I think that's what it was. Is that they had to build it out of seared brick, and that was how they were able to do their stuff. Let's see here. I'm forgetting to do something, and I was like, oh wait, this is it. Ow. That's probably when my thing count is off. Ah! Trying to... Tree. Come on, son. Make the leap. I think it was... from what I remember, I think it was seared brick. I think it was seared brick, so... You know what? I'll just go ahead and fill this part here in. I can't see! Yeah, like I said, I think it was seared brick. And that's at least that's what I recall. Jeremy asking Jack, and if you don't know for the smeltery, what's the additional thing we need? Yeah, I knew it was a multi-block construction thingy dealio device. And I remember that in that series, Jack was real productive in terms of trying to. Wait, how did I not craft all that stuff into stone brick? Yeah, I remember Jeremy asking, for the smeltery stuff, what's the specialty block we need? It was, yeah, and Jack was like, yeah, you need seared brick to make it. You guys, well, let's, yeah, let's, I want to go for about another hour, but I'll keep myself from falling asleep and, putting my Facebook into my keyboard. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. I need to take a little stretch and go use the little trees room. Anywho, so yeah, guys, let's go ahead here. Let's everybody stand up, stretch, get something to eat, get something to drink, use the restroom, and I will see y'all here in a few minutes. Okay, guys, tree is back. Yeah. Sit back down here. It might be a good idea to have that sort of smeltery back in Minecraft. Vanilla Minecraft, that is, Burbles. But it would kind of make my style smelters kind of irrelevant, unfortunately. At least for metals production. At least for metals production. Okay. So, anywhoozle. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm trying to... Blah, 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 blah. My canopy was going... Da, 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 da. Let's go get some track. Check on these guys. They're still... And that's why, of course, I left the game running while I was doing break, so as that excuse me, so as that we'd still have the dumb still have the stuff going. There, that there. Yeah, it's go get some track. We'll also get what limited bits of hopperage we have. Trying to get some mining done off cam this weekend. Oh, we got some hoppers, of course. Track. So we don't need too much on the regular rail. Have to, like I said, I want to try to get some mining done off cam. I can smelt down some iron. Yeah, but I'm not gonna worry about directly connecting up the guys right here, so. Oh, hello. Thank you, Anonymous, for the gift sub to Burbles. Okay. What we'll do here. And of course, I completely forgot. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. So we'll, because knowing that I'd have to clean some stuff up. Look at that. Seeing part of the stuff right up over there for stuff. Let's see, that is, yeah. I'm trying to remember what I got right there. Part of the thing is, what part of the base is that? My canopy is just going, oh, that is probably part of the food farm. I mean, I was like, I'm trying to remember where things are. It was like I could see that right there, and I knew that leads to the item sorter. And then I was like, oh wait, that's probably part of the food system. Duh. All right. So, let's see here. Hey monks, how you doing? Hope you're doing wunderbar. So yeah, under here we will have this stuff here being just had an idea. We're having some fun doing some work here on the smelter. And, that's an idea. Basically a little bit of a resource save right here. Let's see, we'll put in 4 right there. 3, and that will be that like that. Leap over. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're enough to 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, come on, detect. Ah! That way we'll be able to make sure that as the mine carts, they get launched, the initial one will be, of course, right here. It'll be just on standby, and then, when it gets powered, it'll get, go down, and then reaches the detector rail right there, go woo! Let's see, let's double check to make sure the count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. That is just the amount I want. Come on. Want you like that. Don't be a dum-dum, Mr. Hopper. There we go. So anyway, let's get back to our stories here. From not like that tree. Don't be a dum-dum. So so after having the tour at the Durango and Silverton, I went and had lunch at a brew pub called Steamworks. And they are, as I said, they're a brew pub. So basically, what they do is they'll sell, they sell food, like sandwiches, burgers, wraps, that sort of stuff. And they also brew in-house their own beer. And so that, I just looked up, as part of the planning for the trip, I just looked up restaurants in the Durango area, and I was like, ooh, this Steamworks looks interesting. Let's go check them out. And so I went and got a couple things for a thing for me and my roommates, and a thing for Tree Dad, because he likes trying beer from different places and all that. And so then puttered just a little bit more after that. Just a little bit of a additional look-see in that immediate area of Steamworks. Please remember, guys, if you're of legal drinking age in your jurisdiction, to please remember, drink responsibly. That's how I did it, huh? I was just taking a look-see here at the other side. Well, I guess we can do it like that. But, yeah, please remember to drink responsibly. And so, let me get you guys the, yeah, they had some, let me see here. I'm going to have to pull up their website to remind myself of what they made, of what I had. I don't remember what, beer I had. But what was interesting is that it's in one of the historic buildings in downtown Durango, the historic downtown. And let's see here. Is that when you come in off of let's see here, just a second. Let me get the set. Boom. There it is. Like I said, please guys, remember. Please drink responsibly. Let's see here. Let me pull up Google Maps so I remember accurately. Let's see here. It was on there on East 2nd Avenue, at the intersection of East 2nd Avenue and 8th Street. And so the main entrance is on the corner of the east of 8th and 2nd. And so when you go in on the corner, you come into the greeting area, where the host or hostess is, and they'll take you to say, I've got a party of so many people, and take it to your seat. But in the middle of the restaurant itself is the actual brewing facilities. Where they where they have the hops and the grains and the yeast and all that, and the fermentation tanks and all that. And that was just so cool, and it's entirely surrounded by glass. And going further along, straight in from the entrance, you had past the the little nook shop where you could buy memorabilia, buy beers, etc. Little bit of seating, kitchen, some more seating, and then going out back. Then you reach sort of the back area, and to your right is where they had all the fermentation tanks and all that. And then you reach more seating toward the back of the building, and then they actually have a back deck that looks out over the alley and down a little bit of the valley to look into town. Then going right, you have more seating. Then you go around the fermentation tanks and all that. Reach the restrooms, and then going back toward 2nd Street, you have the bar and more seating. Then you reach 2nd Street. You can make another right turn to go back to the entrance, and I had one of the windows that looked over 2nd Street, and I could see the bar and all that. And that was just so interesting to have, in the middle of the public space, be able to and see through glass, see the fermentation tanks and all that. Let's see here. Let me pull up their menu. Food. Come on. What was it that I had? I think it was... I had the ribeye steak. That was it. That was it. I couldn't remember what I had. It was one of those things that, yeah, it was. Oh, it was very cool. Very cool. So, after that, I went to, just, did a couple little more things to, just did a little bit more puttering around in that area. Let's see here. And then I went back to my hotel just to, rest up a little bit and all that. Just have a little bit of relaxation time. And all that jazz, because, when you're traveling, there are times where you gotta rest, and, you don't want to overstrain yourself. So, yeah, I just went and rested for a little while, and, went and looked over some of my videos and pictures, and, that sort of jazz, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, just had a little bit of relaxation time, and then for dinner, it was fortunately the Holiday Inn that I stayed at was in downtown Durango, so it wasn't too much of a drive back to my hotel, but get a little drink there. I had thought about potentially about going out and seeing if I could catch the train from Silverton coming back into town. And as I thought about, I don't feel like doing that. So yeah, I just, spent a little bit of time, laying down for a little bit, resting, and eventually, 6 o'clock, or whenever it was, comes around. Oh, yeah, go take care of IRL, Burbles. IRL first. But, what happened then is, I heard the train coming back into town, and I went to my window, which fortunately faced toward the Durango line, the Durango and Silverton line, and I could I saw the train coming back in. I was like, hooray, the train's back! Oh, dum-dum. Multi-dum-dum. But yes, I saw the train coming back, and I was like, ooh, that is so cool seeing, I could literally see from my hotel room the train coming back in. It's one of those, ooh, sorts of things, And you get to see it, and it wasn't too long after that I went ahead and decided, I need to go make sure that I go get myself some dinner. So what I did for that was, excuse me, is I went to the Animas Brewing Company, which happens to be located on the Animas River. Let me get you guys the link for that one, too. Let's see. As I've said before, I'll say it again, guys. Please remember, please be of legal age in your jurisdiction to be able to drink. And please drink responsibly. Usually when I drink, I'm at home. It's not because it's the fact, I don't drink out in public. It's just that I don't want to have to drive home, and be drunk and go, that right there, I'm just going to totally ignore it. Oh, there's a car there. Sort of thing, And let's see. Let me pull up their food menu. I had one of their pasties. Let's see here. Let's see. Or pasties, I should say. Pasties. I had, let's see. I had the Gatherer's Pie pasties. It has a ground veggie burger mixed with peas, carrots, and onions, topped with... Oh, no, wait. Let's see. No, it was for the birds. For the birds. Beer roasted chicken, applewood bacon, potato, carrot, scallions, mushrooms, and cheddar cheese. Served with sriracha, BBQ, and ranch. That's the one I had. And the way they make it, it looks like, you know, a pot pie that you can buy from the grocery store. You know, it's your local grocery store, Walmart, Target, whatever, wherever. But it was instead of being, you know, this little thing about the size of a dessert bowl, you know, maybe like, say, 4 inches across. It was about 7 inches. It was quite tasty, good. And it was quite interesting to eat. Get some water here so I don't feel like I'm gagging. Okay, so we got the track laid. Okay, so what I need to do now is we need to start to work. Let's go put these hoppers up. Let's see where we're doing on the smelting side. Oh, good, good. Good, good, good. Let's go ahead. We'll head downstairs here to the extraction works. Come on. And I forget what beer I had with that. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got this in the stone brick. Let's see here. Let me pull their thing there. Oh, hello. Don't be a dum-dum there, tree. I almost sent my mouse flying. Let's see. Beers. What did that? I'm trying to remember what beer I had. The King Gold Sour, that was it. The King Gold Sour. That was actually, you know, for a sour, you know, that one was quite, you know, nice. Very nice. The description reads, grapefruit and citrus flavor that balance out the sourness. Ask about our Hermosa. So, you know, it was like I was thinking, I was like, God, what was the it was something sour. I was like trying to remember what the specific one was. So, anywho, let's head back to where we're working here. So for let's see, I want to make sure that we make the turn. That's powered. So 1, 2, 3. Turn this out here so that I can see where I actually need to have this work here. So literally walked right into that. Way, thank you. Come on, tree. Oh. Duh. Duh. Okay. So then, so after Animus, I went back to my brewing and having dinner there and all that. So I went ahead and went back to my hotel again and just spent a little bit of time, resting, and a little more time resting and all that. And just basically, trying to, think about how my journey was so far. Was overall, was holding up. So Wednesday comes along, of course, and oops, you know what? Screw it. I'll just do it like that anyway. Wednesday comes along. It's checkout time, so that's what I do. Is I go ahead and went and got breakfast at the hotel. They offer a a free breakfast, complimentary breakfast, with people who have reservations and all that. And so, it was a case of go ahead and take that free breakfast. And then I went and got in touch with the people I needed to, the front desk staff, and I said, hey, it's like, I'm going to have to be, just giving you guys a little bit of a heads up. I'll be checking out here pretty soon. Because, of course, I got to beat feet to dinner, and they said, yeah. We understand. Just thank you for letting us know, and we'll be looking forward to checking out here pretty darn soon. So, and that's what happened. I went and got I did some packing after I got home from home quotation marks from Animas, and went ahead and there's some coal right there. Look at that. There's some coal right there. And I hear you over there, White Cat. Euphilus Catus Gluteus Maximus. What you think you're doing over there, White Cat? Besides getting out underneath from my tree sheets. Oops. Excuse me. Dum-dum. Okay. See, that is 1, 2, 3. Let's double check the math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And knew that this part was going to happen, so we'll put in a detector rail there. A second. White cat wants out. I'm going to go let him out. Sorry about that, guys. So, oh, I forgot to mention that I also got some beer from Animus Brewing, too. So, coal. Need our fortune pick. Boy, need to go further up. And so, again, it was a similar sort of thing. I got, oh, right. Also need some booze down too. So, also got some drinks for some beer for both Tree Dad and me and my roommates. So, let's see, that's right. That moss carpet out of the room. Check it there. And so yeah, Wednesday, just went ahead and took the road out to Denver. You know, head northeast. That was one of those things that I think it was Wolf Creek Canyon, as I'm remembering the name correct. Hopefully, I'm remembering that correctly. Not sure if I am, but let's see, there's the coal. So this ravine that I went through, Canyon Slant Ravine. Of course, I go ahead, I get the other things I need, but I don't get my fortune pick. Done goof, son. It's one of those moments where having this open area here is a blessing. I don't got to worry about having to tunnel through the smelter walls and having to replace them. But anyway, on Sunday night, on my way out to Durango, there was this absolute jerk. It was obviously somebody who, you know, lived in the area, knew how to get around this canyon ravine, this geologic feature, and I kid ye not, they were running up my butt for it seemed like forever. Honestly, it seemed like forever. It was probably in actuality, about 20, 30 minutes. No, wait. No, more like 30, 40 minutes. Something like that. Anywho. This driver just is following me, has no regard for the fact that, you know, first of all, you know, I had an out-of-state license plate. And, Obviously, for whatever reason, they thought, oh, this should be easy. This should be easy. And, no, it is not easy. It is not easy, especially if you're coming through an area for the first time. And, it's the first time, and, you're not familiar. First time coming through, obviously not familiar with the area. Third point being, it's dark. You're not going to see anything, and if you do anything, you're going to be lucky if it falls in front of you or behind you. More than likely, if there had been some sort of, like rock fall, it would have, ended squashing me in my car, And, one of these things that, the driver thought, oh, this is easy. You should be able to do this tree. And so, like I said, after about approximately 30, I wasn't keeping track because, of course, I was busy trying to drive, this twisty turny, sometimes your one of your side view mirrors is just literally a couple feet, a meter, up to inches, centimeters from a rock face that, that's towering up into the darkness. And you can't see how high up it goes. Where does it turn back? Does it turn into a fissure of some sort where it, juts into the rock and then juts back out into other stuff? Quite honestly, this jerk seemed to think, oh, this should be easy. And I was like, for a first time going through it, driver, no, it's not easy. It's not easy. So, anybody, thinks that, you should be able to go through a place on your first go is like, You're mental. You're completely bloody mental. And of course, part of the final approach, it was about the last hour and 40 minutes or something. Trip into Denver from Durango is, of course, the very famous Kenosha Pass. And as I said, part of this trip was for me going to get to see Heist. Let's see. Heist Studio. There we go. I won't. Yeah, I'm certain if you guys just Google "smells like Kenosha" or "Heist smells like Kenosha," you should be able to find link to a couple videos. But there is the Heist Studio, sort of the behind the scenes story to the track "Smells Like Kenosha," which means saying that telling someone, person so and so smells like Kenosha, or saying to their face, so and so, you smell like Kenosha. That's the gag of the mythos. I'm gonna basically summarize the history in that Heist talks about the story, the inspirational material. Is that Denver and Rio Grande Southern 346 was on loan to, I believe it was the Rio Grande Southern, as I recall. And because they had wrecked several of their locomotives, and they were in need of motive power. So they got DNR GW 346 a consolidation or a 280 wheel arrangement. And so the mythos is that after helping another train make the grade, they got her turned around and all that. She was heading back down to the station that they'd come up from, or downgrade down from the summit to where they had started off from. And the newbie fireman was, well, a noob. And this was his first time going up the pass, apparently. And the engineer, Eugene McGowan, according to the testimony of the fireman, just didn't seem to give a darn. And basically it was a lot of the railroaders at the time imbibed. You know, they had their booze. And so, you know, the locomotive just starts going faster and faster, and there are speed restrictions. You know, it was like 20 or 25 miles an hour or something like that. And it was Jeez Louise, white cat. Sorry about that. What do you want, white cat? I let you back in and you're still being an attention eater. So anyway, so the rookie fireman says, you know, the engineer seemed a little off. He didn't seem to care, whatever. And so by the time they're getting lower downgrade, lower down the pass, you know, they're going far in excess of the speed restrictions. And so they hit this one curve going, and they were supposed to be going like 20, probably at most like 25 miles an hour. And they're going like 40, maybe even 50 miles an hour. And they just, you know, they just plow right through, you know, like a sedan, you know, sedan or a truck. Going, you know, you're supposed to make, say, a left-hand turn, and you just go to avoid a river, and you just go plowing, you go straight ahead and go right into the river. Oh, jeez Louise, white cat. Like I said, the attention eater is being an attention eater. So anyway, they just, as Heiss would say, they just bit it. They just go into the dirt. And unfortunately, the engineer, Mickey McGowan, unfortunately died, so we didn't get his testimony. But 346 got completely wrecked. She was seriously damaged. I mean, she could be repaired, and that's what had to happen. So DNRG said to the RGS, you know, you jerks, get our engine fixed. So that's what they did, is they had to go fix the engine. And so the gag for the guys at the Colorado Railroad Museum is whenever there's discussion of hard liquor or any sort of alcohol, it should be noted, is the running gag is that 346, when she's been in at the CRRM, she's currently down at Durango, getting fixed up for her 1472, which is her 1,472 day inspection. Basically, she has to get a major rebuild. It's a thing for um, steam engines and all that. But anyway, um, the running gag with Heist and Friends is that whenever alcohol, specifically hard liquor, but alcohol in general is mentioned, is that 346 is wherever she is, and she's thinking to herself, you know, a la Thomas the Tank Engine, for example, is like, why does it smell like Kenosha? You know, the the drama of such an event. So you know, that's one of those little funny sorts of things. You know, he's able. Heist has been able to take that and make it a thing. So say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I just find it funny. You know, it's one of these funny little things that, you know, he's been able to, and you know, he describes in the video, it's you know, it's this gag, you know, this honest to God gag amongst him and his friends at the museum that has become this meme online. So when I actually got to meet Heist at the CRRM on this past Saturday, oops, this is why we do what we did. Oh wait, dum dum, hurt. Oop. It is the running gag of the cast and crew of the Heist channel. You know, mostly the cast is oh wait, jeez Louise, White Cat, freaking attention needer. Silly, furry, feline, silly critter. Why do you have to be such an attention needer? I mean, yes. I mean, normally, yes, White Cat. My door is open. Or just open enough for you to be able to come in and out. So, because as I'm getting ready to sleep, and I'm going to have to be going to end stream here shortly, guys. But want to make sure I finish up the story. So anyway, the continued the making of the meme of it being, you know, the gag of, you know, smelling like Kenosha, of you know, someone being drunk. So, well, obviously, you know, I'll have to, you know, tell, you know, continue the story at some, you know, explain the more of the story in another stream, probably tomorrow's City Building Saturday stream. Let's see here. Just a second. See, that's 3. Just a second. I want to quickly go back to prototype world, test world. Load this up. Yes, White Cat, I know you're over there. Hello. item filters. Looking. Hello, there we go. Just taking a quick gander here to prototypes to remind myself. There we go. Here we go. Here's the, albeit very incomplete, prototype for this one. The Mark 7 here. I said I always try to build up some sort of prototype, even if it's incomplete. Just taking a quick gander here. So that's the roots up. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Because the way it's supposed to be is we're supposed to have... The way the circuits will work is... there'll be one right here. Then there'll be a delay to get up here. This one will start. Again, another delay. That's our second mine. Well, the one that'll be down in there will be the first one. This will be the second minecart. It'll start after delay. Third minecart, start after delay after the second. Again, another delay. Fourth minecart. That's interesting. I don't know why I put the tracks like that. Oh wait, duh. Those are the return tracks. Duh. 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 All right, I was like, duh. This is why I always like to do a test world. So. So, let's see here. That's 3. I think we'll just do 4 to, in part to help save some resources. So this is the inbound. So let's see here. This is the inbound to the smelter itself. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So yeah, that's, as I said, that's just one of the running gags that Mark in this community, that is Heist, Mark's his real name, that he has with his community, you know, his friends, I should say, is that the 346's trauma is a source of inspiration, so... And so, a little bit of a... I know we haven't gotten to, you know, the specifics of it yet, but when I finally got to meet Heist this past Saturday, I said I didn't get to meet him last year because he was off doing some of his IRL stuff, other IRL bloody gravel. Is he was doing some of his IRL stuff and all that, and so anyway, he when I finally got to meet him on this past Saturday, you know, as I said, 346 is in Durango getting her major repair work done. It's not that they couldn't do it at the CRM. It's just easier to... Whoa! Thank goodness I did not go splat and break my roots. It's just easier logistically for the better equipped shop in Durango for them to be able to take care of that work for the CRM. It would just take a lot more effort on the part of the CRM to be able to execute such a thing. And so that's why they decided to tap the Durango and Silverton to do it. So anyway, like I said, when I finally got to meet Heiss, I said, "Hey, Mark!" And he came over. I was wearing his full send shirt. Make sure you visit Heiss Train Stores, store.heisstrains.com. And he saw it, I managed to get his attention. He comes over and says, "Nice shirt." Excuse me. Get a quick drink here. So, I say to him, "I got a message for you from Durango." And of course, because as part of the yard tour, I actually believe they have 346 and I forget the local number, but I believe it's from the Knott's Farm in Washington State, as I remember. Another DNRGW locomotive, I recall. I don't remember the road number. But essentially the same class of locomotive, C19, Consolidation 19, meaning 19,000 pounds of tractive effort. So anyway, like I said, I told him, "Got a message for you from Durango. 346 sends her regards and says you smell like Kenosha." And so he put his right hand to his heart and bowed his head. He obviously recognized the sarcasm of my statement. So glad he appreciated that. And so let's go ahead here. Let's get to 2 gap. 3, 4. We'll get this built up here, this last one. So let's see, we've got our bottom one for our outbound one. We'll at least have the return track. I'm still gonna, of course, the deposit track. We still need to worry about the return track, of course. Coming up here to the feed track. But that'll be another thing to worry about another time. But I also got to talk to him for an additional little minute before he had to go get ready for the parade of trains. And as I asked him to say, "Hey, did Leighton tell you?" And he was vexed for a second, and then seeing that he was, for that second, he was vexed, I said, and he said, "Well," and then of course I knew what I had to say is that, "Well, I am the bearer of booze." And he was like, "Ooh," he knew what I was, part of the reason why I was there, so. So there's that. That is going to be there. So we have reached the top of the deposit track. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, almost did goof there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. We'll use some of this. We'll use the andesite. Oops. There we go. Fixed it. And so I was like, so I asked him, hey, did Leighton tell you? And he had a momentary look of curiosity. And I said, well, I am the bearer of booze. And I could tell it was like, ooh. Excuse me. So anyway, we have reached the top right here. I do need to end stream because I do have work tonight, so it is interesting. I don't know why my... Oh, I guess I didn't push it hard enough. Well, I'll go ahead and take advantage of that. So let's go ahead here. It's time for us to head out on a raid. Like I said, I need to get to bed and all that so I can get to work tonight. Let's see here. I think I see for myself somebody we can go say hi to. Let me make sure that, yes, we are wunderbar. I found for us our raid target, so... We're going to go say hi to Dragoness over at twitch.tv/Dragoness. So go ahead and select our standard raid call, which is the tree grove has arrived to bring you shade and water. Please wait for me to post first. I want a nice strong raid behind me. Hope to catch you guys tomorrow, Saturday, for another episode of City Building Saturdays in Pharaoh Cleopatra. I'm going to have to double check scheduling to make sure for Grand Strategy Sundays on Sunday. Because, like I said, since we didn't have the episode right after, right before vacation, I have to make double sure on the scheduling for that. We'll definitely have Saturday, another episode on YouTube of Titan Quest: The Loot Grind. So if you're watching here on Twitch at twitch.tv/OsageOrange, please go ahead and hit that follow button. If you're watching over on the YouTubes at youtube.com/OsageOrange Gaming, please remember to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon for notifications. It really does help. So let's go ahead here. Let's get this raid party started. It appreciates everybody who's come out, and I hope to catch y'all in the next episode. Ta-ta for now.